Hello, a wonderful morning to you, sports fans. Many thanks for joining us for Friday edition of Sports Today on ABS TV. I am Ike Nwokedi, your host on the show this Friday for the show. We'll talk about rugby in Anambra State. We'll have a look at Anambra Angels, their exploits in the just concluded National Rugby Championship. Also, we'll talk about the Anambra State Sports Development Commission. The commission is on a drive to change the narrative for sports in the state. We'll talk about the latest developments there. Also on the show, we'll tell you that Riyad Mahrez has joined Saudi Arabian club Al Ahly, and then we'll tell you that Manchester United have completed the signing of Andre Onana, and David De Gea is has left Old Trafford on the sports show. Now let's begin with our first story. Our first story is about the Anambra State Sports Development Commission under the leadership of Patrick Estate Onyedum. Well, let's tell you that the chairman, Anambra State Sports Development Commission, in the person of Patrick Estate Onyedum, has promised to renovate the volleyball courts of the Washington Memorial Grammar School Onitsha, as well as award scholarships, and equally, of course, purchase a new table tennis board for St. Anthony Catholic Comprehensive Institute Agolo in Anocha LGA. Onyedum made this known on Thursday, the 20th of July 2023, during an MOC meeting of the just concluded Anambra School Sports Festival to appraise the organization of the game and hand over cash gift to most valuable players and bank draft to overall winners at both primary and secondary schools. Onyedum, while commending the individual athletes for their heroics, urged them not to relent but to see the gesture from the commission as support and encouragement to continue in their exploits, do more and improve on their performance ahead of the next edition of the Anambra State School Sports and Festival. Onyedum also stated that in due course, the commission will empower other schools who have done well in individual sports by providing facilities in place to enhance the growth of sports in the state. He specifically made mention of chess and Scrabble as one sport also that he will look at in terms of empowering the schools who are doing well and athletes who are doing well in that field. He thanked Mr. Governor Professor Charles Chukwuma Soludo for his encouragement and nod in ensuring that School Sports Festival becomes an annual program of the commission, and also his approvals for various programs of the Anambra State Sports Development Commission. High points of the occasion was presentation of a cash and gift cash prizes to the most valuable players, numbering about 22, and each of them got 220,000 naira rather. Each of them got 20,000 naira for their exploits for the most valuable players, while the schools who of course who did exceptionally well in terms of the finishing on the podium position got individual prizes. For the primary school, Central Primary School Nimo got 1 million naira for their exploits. Iyora Primary School, Iyora got 500,000 naira, while Isingu Primary School, Nanka, got 300,000 naira. Just to recap, Central Primary School Nimo got 1 million naira for their exploit that they just concluded Anambra School Sports Festival. Iyora Primary School, Iyora got 500,000 naira, and Isigwu Primary School, Nanka, got 300,000 naira. For the secondary schools, Vision High School, Nnewi, got a whopping sum of 1.5 million naira, and Ide Secondary School, Enuguku, got 1 million naira, while Rosa Mystica Girls Secondary School, Agolo, got 500,000 naira for the exploits. And these schools thank the Sports Commission for empowering them with this sum, and they promised to put it in useful acts such as equipping, re-equipping, and maybe refurbishing some of their sporting facilities and equipment, and ensure sports thrives and continues to thrive in their school. So that's it about the Sports Commission. Kudos to the chairman, Anambra State Sports Development Commission, in the person of Patrick Estate Onyedum, for empowering the youth and the schools through sports by way of the Anambra School Sports Festival, which started in May and concluded on June 24th at the Awka City Stadium. And now moving away from that, let's tell you the Anambra State female rugby team known as Anambra Angels have finished fifth on the medals table of the Georgetown concluded first women's rugby sevens. Anambra Angels had earlier qualified for the quarterfinals of the first national rugby tournament hosted by Delta State, winning 2 out of 3 matches in Group B, and the team defeated Nigeria Police RFC in their first match by 7 tries to 0, and also saw off Benue Buffaloes by 15 tries to 0 in their third group match after losing to Goza FC of Lagos by 15 tries to 0 in their second group match. The team failed to progress to the semi-finals after losing to Delta Team A by 7 tries to 0. They, however, concluded their participation at the championship by winning 2 more classification matches to place a 5th on the medal table. And the 4-day championship, which took place at the Stephen Keshi Stadium, Asaba, kicked off on Thursday, the 13th of July, and was concluded on Sunday, the 17th of July, 2023, with Team Edo emerging champions after seeing off a Co-2 rugby team from Lagos by 17 tries to 0. A total of 12 teams from 7 states of the federation featured in the national program bankrolled by the Delta State government. Team Anambra came to the championship with a 26-member contingent made up of 24 players and 2 officials led by Coach Paul Vincent and Anambra Rugby Association Secretary Charles Okechukwu Udebwe. Patrick Estate Onyedum, Chairman Anambra State Sports Development Commission, commended the team for a good performance at the female rugby event despite not winning the championship. Onyedum stated that he is impressed with the ladies as this is their first national outing under his watch, and they gave a good account of themselves by reaching at the quarterfinal stage. The Anambra Sports Boss also acknowledged the exploits of Princess Alban Ugomwese Agugo, who doubles as the state chairman of Rugby Association and the chairperson Nigeria Rugby Federation Southeast Zone, for her financial and technical support to the team before, during, and after the course of the competition. Onyedum, while commending the state government for the support towards sports development, also revealed that the state also have a female volleyball team featuring the ongoing Elite National Volleyball League in Abuja, while another group of athletes are set to depart for Lagos to feature, or rather Owerri to feature at the upcoming national chess competition. I want to use this opportunity to thank and commend Mr. Governor H.E. Professor Charles Chukwuma Soludo for his support to the commission with approvals of sports developmental programs. Patrick Estate Onyedum stated while talking to the media in the aftermath of that competition. The Anambra Angels are featuring at the rugby championship where they finished 5th at the end of that championship. And now, away from that, now let's talk about Super Eagles. The national team have remained unmoved in the July edition of the FIFA Coca-Cola men's ranking to remain as the world 39th team in the ranking table published on the website of the World Football Governing Body on Thursday. Nigeria still maintained that the 1,486.48 points it had in June. The stagnancy on a sport was also seen at the continental level, as the Nigerian side still maintained at the 6th spot behind Morocco, Senegal, and Tunisia, Algeria, Egypt, respectively. On the global scene, a total of 62 matches have been played since the last edition of the world ranking in June, with 25 of those matches are taking place in the final competition of the CONCACAF Gold Cup. The other 37 matches were in the SAFA Cup AFC and COSAFA Cup CAF, who 2 tournaments that are considered friendly competitions for the purposes of the FIFA ranking. There are no changes at all in the top 10, which is made up solely of European and South American teams. Argentina remains at the top of the pile with 2 podium places are occupied by France on 2nd and Brazil 3rd, and closely followed by England 4th, Belgium 5th, and Croatia is 6th. Away from that, let's tell you that Super Eagles B team will have the chance to negotiate a return to the African Nations Championship, popularly known as the CHAN, when the qualifiers for the 2024 edition kicks off in the month of September. The Nigerian home side crashed out of the tournament after losing to the Black Stars of Ghana through penalty shootout in Abuja, following a 2-all aggregate score at the end of both legs. And the Super Eagles B team last qualified for CHAN in 2018 in Morocco, where they got to the final before losing 4-0 to the host. That they have played in only 3 editions of the 7 held. And the African Soccer Governing Body had initially scheduled the qualifier to commence in July, with the first round of a qualifier set to go down. But the football body announced yesterday that the first round of the qualifier will now resume in the month of September. Elsewhere, let's talk about a marathon. International 10-kilometer race have been given a clean bill of health by the Athletics Integrity Unit, AIU, for the 9th successive editions, following the negative dope test records at its one-day meeting on the 27th of May. The 9th edition of the race was the first 10-kilometer gold label event on Nigerian road, and it witnessed two new course records as Kenya's Daniel Simiu Ebenyo ran 28.28 seconds to set the men's course record, while Kazakhstan's Caroline Chepkoi, the Kipryuk, ran 32.38 to smash the 32.41 record set by Ethiopia's Awude Ayaliu in 2014. And the AIU, in a letter to Mike Itumeabo, the promoter of the race, earlier this week, not only confirmed that the two course records, but has also certified that no athlete ingested prohibited substances or used the prohibited methods during the competition. Race director Zach Amodu said that the development affirmed that the organizers are resolved to ensure athletes compete cleanly and fairly when they come for the world-rated event. The International 10-kilometer race, which has started in 2013, is the first road race in West Africa to get a label rating when it was granted a bronze label status, and that was in 2015. So we are set for the Okpekpe race and now climbing and making real inroads, and I will do justice to continue to promote that race and also put it on the spotlight on our sports show, on our daily sports shows, Mondays to Friday on ABS TV. And away from that, let's talk about our players on the continent. Let's talk about Riyad Mahrez. Riyad Mahrez is expected to join Al Ahly in the Saudi Pro League in the next phase of the glittering career. And after 6 successful years with Manchester City, Riyad Mahrez, the Algerian, will now become the latest player to join the budding Saudi Pro League, with lots of players are now moving away and now deciding to test their weight playing for this professional club, the professional league out there in Saudi Arabia. During his time in England, Mahrez bagged the 5 Premier League titles, 3 League Cups, 2 FA Cups, and also a UEFA Champions League crown with Manchester City. And according to transfer specialist Fabrizio Romano, Mahrez will sign for Al Ahly until June 2027, with Manchester City receiving £35 million, or rather 35 million euros in transfer fee when the deal goes through. Moving away from Mahrez, let's go to North Africa. Let's tell you that Egyptian Premier League, the EPL, President Ahmed Diab has revealed that the competition is set to be renamed, and the North African country's top flight will be known as, now to be referred as, the Nile League for next season, according to Ahmed Diab, who happens to be the president of the Egyptian Premier League. This comes after the EPL sold its naming right to the now Real company ahead of the 2023-2024 campaign. Diab also disclosed that there will be a new EPL trophy, with Al Ahly having won at the 2022-2023 league championship. The EPL is one of the best domestic leagues in African football, and it features current African champions Al Ahly. Elsewhere, let's talk about tennis on the show. Bjorn Borg's son Leo has celebrated his first ATP Tour win with a straight-set victory over Elias Yoma on clay at the Swedish Open. Borg, 20 years of age, was handed a wildcard entry and beat a Swedish compatriot Yoma 7-6, 6-3 at the Bastille Tennis Stadium, ranked at a lowly 437th. Borg plays mostly on the ITF Tour, the lowest level of the men's professional game. And Borg's win on Tuesday sets up a clash with Argentina's Federico Correa, who is the world number 113 in the last 16 stage of the tournament. This was to be there was not to be a repeat of the first round outcome. However, as Borg exceeded the competition 6-4, 6-2 in an hour and 26 minutes against Korea, and that was on Wednesday. Bjorn Borg was one of tennis greatest ever stars and won 11 Grand Slam titles, including 5 back-to-back Wimbledon titles, and that was in the 1970s and early 1980s before he retired, aged only 26, playing the game of tennis. It used to be called lawn tennis, but right now it is known as tennis. You're still watching Sports Today on ABS TV. We'll take a short break. We'll come back on the show. We'll talk about athletics, and then we'll sign off by telling you that Manchester United have completed the signing of Andre Onana. We'll tell you about the figures and other details about that contract for Andre Onana as the new goalkeeper of Manchester United. But that's after we'll come back in a short while.
Anambra Broadcasting Service, ABS. With delight, we bring you the light that we bear through our illustrious leaders. Our icons. Our industrious people. Our rich culture, our places of pride, and our mouth-watering cuisine. With unbridled professionalism and renewed tenacity, we serve you real-time news, information, entertainment of varied genres with unfettered reach of your clients and customers. AB.
Have you back for the second half of the show, Sports Today on ABS TV, and running weekdays and Mondays to Friday. It happens here 9:20 to 9:55 a.m. My name is Ike Nwoke, the anchor for the show for the Friday edition. In the first half, I will tell you that the Anambra State Sports Development Commission has doled out a huge prize monies to most valuable players and schools. They just concluded Anambra School Sports Festival, where schools like Vision High School, we got 1.5 million naira, and Ide Secondary School Enugu got 1 million naira, and Rosa Mystica Girls Secondary School Agolo got 500,000 naira for their exploits and they just concluded Anambra School Sports Festival. We equally told you that Central Primary School Nimo, Iora Primary School Iora, and Isingu Primary School Nanka got 1,500,000 and 300,000 naira respectively at the end of that, and 22 athletes got 22 athletes who happen to be the 22 most valuable players, each got 20,000 naira from the Anambra State Sports and Development Commission. We equally told you that Anambra Angels are featured at the Rugby League, and they finished 5th at the end of that one. They won a total of 4 matches, 2 in the Group B and the 2 classification matches, and they finished 5th on the medals table at the end of that Rugby Championship, which ended on Sunday at the Stephen Keshi Stadium out there in Asaba. We equally told you that Nigeria, we told you where Nigeria is on the ranking, how the Super Eagles B team are preparing for the Chan Championship, and a lot more on the show. Now, before we jet and let's serve you 2 more stories. Let's start with athletics. Let's tell you that Rasheedat Adeleke became the 4th Irish athlete to meet the qualifying standard for the Paris Olympics by clocking 22.36 seconds for the 200 meters event. The Dubliners time just 0.02 seconds off the national record she set in in April came when finishing second in a World Continental Tour gold medal in gold meet rather, and that was in Hungary. And she joins Sarah Lavin 100 meters hurdles, Brian Fair 5,000 meters, and Andrew Koskoran 1,500 meters in making at the Paris target. Adeleke finished second to Jamaica's Sherika Jackson, who finished in a time of 22.02 seconds on Tuesday. Next for Adeleke will be her Diamond League debut this Friday night in Monaco. An Olympic entry times in most individual athletics event must be set between 1st July 2023 and 30th June 2024 with 22.57, the assigned standard for the women's 200 meters. And Ciara Magayana contested the women's mile in Monaco. The Fortaferry woman will be looking for a time of 4 minutes 20.90 seconds, which over the distance will qualify her for the 1,500 meters in Paris. And rounding off the show, let's tell you that Manchester United have completed the signing of Andre Onana, the goalkeeper from Internacional, for a fee worth £47.2 million. That's equivalent to 55 million euros. The Cameroon international, 27 years of age, has signed a 5-year contract with the option of a 12-month extension, and the deal is worth an initial £43.8 million plus a possible £3.4 million in add-ons. And the former Ajax keeper is set to join up with the United squad on their preseason tour of the United States of America. Andre Onana will replace David De Gea as the United's first choice keeper, with the Spaniard having left in July when his contract expired after 12 months at Manchester United. So the new goalkeeper that will be in between the sticks when the season starts August 12 is no other person but Andre Onana, the Cameroon international. That's the show for the morning. Thanks a lot for being part of the Friday edition of Sports Today. The show will adjourn and make a return on Monday. Until then, my name is Ike Nwokedi. Have a lovely weekend, but remember to keep sporting. Bye-bye now.